D-Dub here, welcome back to the channel. As I'm sure you guys know, we are just a couple weeks away from E3. It's the second week of June. So today I want to go through and make my top 10 list with a couple honorable mentions of the games that I'm hoping that we get more info on at E3. And if you guys like the content that you see on this channel, then subscribe for more because I'm going to be covering a lot more coming up for the road to E3. So just to get things started here, just a couple honorable mentions like Shin Megami Tensei 5. I've never actually played one of these games, but I'm looking forward to the new one. And there's not much info on it other than that they're working on it and that it's coming out. So I hope that we see some information on that. And then the next game is Fire Emblem Three Houses. That is coming out in July, so not much further now. Same for Shin Megami Tensei. I've never actually played a Fire Emblem game, but I definitely like strategy RPGs, and I've played several others, so that is a game that I'm looking forward to. Gonna be buying it, streaming it on here, so if you like Fire Emblem Three Houses, then tune into the channel because I'll be doing that. There's also Daemon X Machina, and I've played the demo, and it was pretty good. It seems like it needs a little bit of ironing out, and we haven't seen anything for a couple months now since the demo came out, which I could have spent a little more time on. I didn't really play that over and over, but I still have it, and I still probably will go ahead and play it, and I think we'll be seeing more info for this at E3. Another good one is Ninjala. We've only seen this little bit of trailer here, and it was at E3 last year. There was only a couple people that did coverage on this game, but overall it looks like just another good Nintendo style. It really has this Splatoon type of look and feel to it, but I think it's just going to be a really fun game, even though it has this cartoon look and it almost looks, I guess, even friendlier than a Splatoon. But it just seems like the kind of game that just has a real, you know, kind of fast and fun arcade kind of feel to it. So I hope we get more info. The next honorable mention, although we already have pretty much as much detail as we need, but it's just a game that I'm hyped on and really looking forward to, is Dragon Quest XI-S. Definitive Edition. So that's that's the actual full title for it. But yeah, this is a great game here, and even though I don't own a PS4, I'm definitely really excited that it's coming to Switch. So that is a day one buy in September when it comes out. Same for the other games. I'm gonna be getting that and streaming it on here. So if you are a Dragon Quest fan, then definitely come and check out my gameplay of it. So that is the end of the honorable mentions, so let's go ahead and get to the actual list here. So I have at number 10 for the game, number 10 game that I want to see info on at E3 is Streets of Rage 4. Because as a classic beat 'em up, those games were great, and it's been a long time since we've seen anything from the franchise. So last year when we actually got the announcement and this tiny piece of trailer here, it was definitely a great shakeup in terms of the revitalization of all these old classic retro games from the 90s and things like that from that whole era that are being revitalized, from Zelda to Sonic, and well, not so much Sonic, but we're seeing this revitalization of all these older games. One of them is also included in this list, but so I'm definitely hyped for this game. It could be good, it could be okay, it might be delayed, it might be coming out sometime soon. So either way, I hope that we see some more information on this coming up soon. And I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be reinventing the wheel, but I do think it'll be a good game overall. Coming in at number 9 is Halo Infinite. I did not actually play much of Halo 5. I did play a little bit of it on Game Pass for Xbox One, but I just wasn't into it. I didn't like the aesthetic to it. I didn't like the way that the game actually played. I wasn't into where they went with the franchise. So I'm hoping this game here is going to be a revitalization and breathe new life into it, and hopefully it'll have that same feel like when Halo 3 came out and you first saw it on Xbox 360. It just completely blew my mind back in the day, so I'm hoping the same for this game. We don't know much or really anything about it yet, but I'm hoping that we get some more info on that as well. We might not, but I think E3 would definitely be the place for them for Xbox to do it. And with no Sony being there, I'm thinking that this is going to be one of Microsoft's biggest, if not the biggest game that they have on their list. And also, one of the other honorable mentions that I forgot to include up until now was Gears of War 5, which is also shaping up to be a great game. But at number 8 here, we have Battletoads, which, again, kind of the same as these other games. We've got this short trailer here and nothing really else, but I did play the original back in the day, and I'm pretty sure that me and my brother beat it, although it's definitely one of the hardest games of all time, hands down, no argument there. Next on the list, we have Town from Game Freak, and all we've got so far is this one trailer, but Game Freak, they make great games, and they've been doing the Pokemon thing for the past 20 years, so this is a great chance for them to show what they can really do. And I like the aesthetic of this game. I like the way it looks. It has like a small-time kind of RPG feel, and I don't know if it's necessarily all going to take place in this one town, or what the actual mechanics are going to be, or what the in-depth part of the story is going to be, but it just looks like a fun game, and I'm really looking forward to that. Next on the list at number 5 is Pokemon Sword and Shield. When we first saw the Direct back in January, there was a lot of people that were not very happy with this game, and for me, I was actually very happy with what I saw. It's a Pokemon game. I wasn't as harsh on it as a lot of other people were, even though there was plenty of people that were happy with it. I'm happy with it. I like the clean look of it, and this is just a quick trailer that they threw together. It's not, you know, actual gameplay. It's just a rendered cinematic with not much of the world actually pieced together in it. So I think it's going to be a great game. I don't know if we'll actually see anything from it at E3. It's typically the kind of thing that they do at a Pokemon Direct, but you know, we might see it there and we might not, and if not, then that's okay. We'll get a Pokemon Direct later in the year. At number 4 is Doom Eternal. I played Doom 2016 on the Nintendo Switch, and even though it was out for Xbox and PC, I didn't play it on those, but I did play it on the Switch. It was a fantastic port, and I think this is going to be the same thing. We don't actually know what the game is really going to look like or how it's going to feel, but I'm expecting the same greatness, if not better, than Doom 2016. So Doom Eternal, I think we'll actually see something on that at E3, and I'm pretty pumped for it. Number 3 belongs to Bayonetta 3. A lot of people think that we are going to see this at the end of this year at the Game Awards, which is possible. At this point, it's kind of a 50-50, but with the recent interview that they just had where they came out and said that this is a brand new type of thing and it's something that's never been done before, maybe the game is more of a 2020 game. But regardless, I still think that there is a 50% chance that we see something at E3, even if it's just a trailer. That doesn't mean that we're actually going to get a release window. We could still just end up with a quick kind of teaser or something along those lines where it's just brought up real quick, and then later down the year, you know, in a Nintendo Direct, we actually see more of the game, or maybe there's just a Bayonetta Direct, or we might not see anything at all, and maybe it is possible that we just see it at the Game Awards. Number 2 on this list is Link's Awakening. Now, way back in the day, I had this game, the original cartridge, for the Game Boy, and I'm not even sure where I got it. I think it was a friend of mine's who I borrowed, but I remember playing it very far, and I never beat it. I don't know what actually happened to that cartridge. One day I went to look for it in my Game Boy pack, and it just wasn't there. So I don't know if at some point somebody stole it from me or if I lost it. But regardless of that, when we first saw this trailer, I was completely pumped for it. It looks like, even though it has this aesthetic that people don't agree with, I think it's going to be completely fine. It looks fun. It has that awesome, you know, depth of field. It really stands out, even though it does look, you know, it has the Nintendo look where it, you know, people say it looks like plastic and it looks like a kiddie game, but I think it's going to be worth it, and it's going to be a fun game no matter what. So I'm really looking forward to it, and we don't know when it's actually coming out. But I do have a strong feeling that we are going to be seeing the full unveil and release window at E3. And number 1 goes to... Ding! My man, Animal Crossing. It's finally time. We've had 0 on this in the past 8 or 9 months since the Smash unveil of Isabelle during the Smash Direct. And people have been wondering this whole time, where is it? When is it? How is it? What exactly is it? And people have gotten to the point that they're making videos saying that since we haven't seen it yet, that it could just end up like a couple other games such as Yoshi's Crafted World or Fire Emblem Three Houses, where they initially said that it was going to be 2018, and we didn't see or hear from it again for almost an entire year. And Yoshi just came out, and Three Houses Fire Emblem is coming out next month, or in 2 months. But I think that people just are really excited for it, and that the plan this whole time has been to unveil it at E3 like they did with New Leaf, and just have a giant blowout of it, have a huge booth for it at E3, all sorts of set pieces, and maybe people dressed up as it, and you know, the whole deal, like giant posters and giant set pieces and that whole kind of thing, or like a little mini Animal Crossing world setup. So all I can say is that I'm very, very pumped for this game, and it's been a long time coming. I am still new to the Animal Crossing franchise, but that doesn't mean that I haven't put hundreds of hours into the franchise at this point. And even though it's a basic game, it's just one of those easygoing and addictive kind of games. So you guys know me, if you're a fan of Animal Crossing, as soon as this game comes out, the midnight of, I will be picking this up, whether it's physical or digital or both, and I will be streaming it on here. So if you're a big Animal Crossing fan like me, then look forward to that. So guys, what do you think? I am completely set for E3, and I'm ready to do it. I'm hyped, and this has been my top 10 list of the games that I hope that we see some info for, or a first reveal for, or even just a small trailer for, or a full blowout with a trailer, with gameplay breakdown, with treehouse footage, with a complete release window, or who knows, maybe some of these games we just get nothing on. But either way, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you guys like what I'm doing here on the channel, then feel free to subscribe. Click the thumbs up, hit the bell for notifications if you like more videos like this and more news going forward on the road to E3. I will be covering that, as well as the games I talked about here today. I will be live streaming them, and I hope that you will join me, or some of these games that are multiplayer I look forward to playing with you. So this has just been my top 10 list for the road to E3. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.